40-year-old man brought to the emergency department by his wife with intense lower abdominal pain, abdominal CT performed, dilated appendix, thick wall, extraluminal fluid. Quick history is taken to the surgery. Past medical history is normal. He has a sedentary lifestyle. Now this is important. He admits to regularly drinking several beers and several shots of vodka. Okay, so he's an alcohol user. Like you could call him an alcoholic. Now, because he had to go for the surgery, he had to stop drinking 2 days ago. And now, after the surgery, he is on overnight monitoring and he has started to hallucinate. So guys, this is very typical, okay? Like this is actually one of those questions which, if you know, like if you've read first aid properly, you will know it, and then it's just going to give you like free marks, okay? You don't have to think too much. So what you need to remember for alcoholic hallucinosis here, let me just get my pen again. So people who use alcohol a lot every day can't really tolerate it when you don't get alcohol for a few days. So you'll get a very typical question of somebody who's an alcoholic and then he had to stop alcohol maybe because of surgery, and then suddenly goes crazy, starts hallucinating, he starts having seizures, he starts having all this tremors and stuff, and he's very restless, can't sleep. Very typical. But here it's very important to remember the time and what happens when. Okay, so here the first thing is between 6 to 48 hours. Okay, the first thing that any patient is going to have is tremors, insomnia, restlessness. It's a mild. Okay, that's how it's going to start. Patient will be like, I can't sleep, and I'm feeling really weird and restless. I don't know what to do. He might just have these small tremors as well. Then between 12 to 48 hours, again, the patient is going to have two very characteristic, which is hallucinations and seizures, which are generalized tonic-clonic seizures. And in between 48 to 96 hours, this time is very important, okay? In between 48 to 96 hours, the patient is going to have a condition which is called delirium tremens, which is all of the above symptoms: tremors, restlessness, seizures, hallucinations, but with unstable vital signs. Okay, so these are the three things. Now, this patient has hallucinations while he was kept for overnight monitoring. So probably he has a condition of alcoholic hallucinations. Now, the next thing you need to know is what type of seizures do you get? I just told you, generalized tonic-clonic seizures. And what type of hallucinations? Now remember what? Remember VAT, okay? What? That is visual, auditory, and tactile. These are the three main kind of hallucinations that you're going to get, okay? Of these, visual and tactile are more common. In general, remember that in schizophrenia, you have more auditory hallucinations, and in substance abuse, you have visual and tactile hallucinations. In fact, the hallucinations of cocaine are called cocaine crawling because you feel like stuff is crawling all over your body. Now, most of you all chose proprioceptive hallucinations. I understand that this is a little bit of depth. Not all of us is going to exactly know what kind of hallucinations the alcohol causes. So here then you have to use logic, right? Now, proprioceptive hallucination is when you don't get proprioception. Proprioception is the sense of where your body is with respect to the surroundings, okay? So here, this is very classic for something that I just said in the last question, which was hypnagogic hallucinations, which you'll see in narcolepsy. Any kind of sleep problems, you'll have these proprioceptive hallucinations where you feel like your body is floating away. Like all of that, you don't have a sense of where the position of your body is. So you need to remember that these hallucinations are more likely present in sleep disorders. Okay, so that is why these don't have anything to do with alcohol disorder. Olfactory hallucination, we just saw, associated with anything in the olfactory nervous system, from the olfactory receptors to the nerves to the temporal lobe. So we're going to cut that out as well. Gustatory hallucinations. Again, it's kind of similar to olfactory, associated with all the gustatory, which is the taste-related pathway. It could be associated with temporal lobe epilepsy. So this olfactory, gustatory are both kind of quite typical of temporal lobe epilepsy. Okay, so not that. Hypnagogic hallucination. We saw hallucination while go into sleep. Hypnagogic hallucination. Okay, seen in narcolepsy. This is not something like that. He's not like always having hypnagogic hallucinations. There's nothing else which is suggesting narcolepsy. Narcolepsy is a disorder. We have these hallucinations where you're very sleepy during the day and you have attacks of cataplexy. Like literally a patient will be probably just sitting around and he'll suddenly just go to sleep. I don't know if you all watch Modern Family, but there's this one episode in which the lead actor has narcolepsy. So he's driving and he keeps going to sleep. That's very classic of cataplexy. So here's nothing like this. Okay, this is a very classic alcohol withdrawal case. So we have nothing to do with hypnagogic hallucinations here. And so voila, we have tactile hallucinations, which is the correct answer. So yes, ruling out is a game of logic. It's a game of practice, and also it's a game of at least having basic level of knowledge. People who don't know what olfactory, gustatory, hypnagogic is, even ruling out is not going to happen. Okay, so it's that basic, you should know.
Thanks for watching. Please give a thumbs up and subscribe for more.